Number 5 in our countdown of space accidents takes us all the way back to Cape Canaveral, Florida.
We choose to go to the moon.
President Kennedy has set an extremely ambitious goal for America: to land the first man on the moon.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
In a race against time and the Soviets, the pressure is on. Finally, after many delays, the first manned space mission, Apollo 1, is set for February 21st, 1967. The crew is composed of Ed White, the first American to successfully perform a spacewalk; Gus Grissom, the seasoned astronaut saved from the sea; and Roger Chaffee in his inaugural mission. On January 27, 1967, the astronauts gear up for a launch rehearsal test. At 1 p.m., they enter the capsule perched atop the Saturn rocket. The cabin's 3 hatches are closed, sealed, and pressurized with highly flammable pure oxygen.
STC, CFTC. Okay, let's go ahead.
Right from the start, the test is fraught with issues. The astronauts struggle to hear the control center because of the static caused by an unidentified open mic. At 6:30 p.m., as the count reaches T-minus 10 minutes, Gus Grissom complains.
Hey, how are we gonna get to the moon? We can't talk between 3 buildings. I can't hear the you said. Jesus Christ.
1 minute later, all hell breaks loose. Unbeknownst to the astronauts, a frayed wire in front of Grissom's seat has short-circuited. The pure oxygen air quickly catches fire. At that moment, radio transmissions cease. It will take 5 minutes to reach the astronauts as the rescue team struggles to first remove the outer protective cover, followed by the middle hatch, and finally the inner hatch. But it's too late. All 3 astronauts are gone. 3 of America's heroes have lost their lives. NASA faces intense criticism, and an investigation is launched. In public sessions, the key figures of the program are questioned by a committee of the American Senate.
On January 27th, at the time I landed in Houston, I lost all confidence.
To find out what went wrong, the spacecraft is dismantled and analyzed piece by piece. It reveals serious issues, not only in the design of Apollo 1, but in the use of flammable materials in the cabin and oversights in the electrical wiring. The Apollo 1 fire remains one of America's darkest moments. Number 4 in our countdown, but the pressure is on. With the 50th anniversary of the October Revolution fast approaching, Soviet leader Leonid Brezhnev is anxious to showcase the best of Russian science. Soviet cosmonauts and engineers report over 200 faults in the Soyuz, the new spacecraft for moon missions. But political pressure forces them to proceed with the launch plans despite concerns. The plan: launched Soyuz 1 with 1 cosmonaut, followed by Soyuz 2 with 3 cosmonauts 1 day later. The spacecraft would meet in space, exchange crew, and return to Earth. Unfortunately, the mission goes awry. On April 23, 1967, at 3:35 a.m. Moscow time, Soyuz 1 successfully launches into orbit. At its helm, pilot Vladimir Komarov, one of the best the Soviet Union has produced. But shortly after takeoff, technical troubles begin. One of the 2 solar panels doesn't deploy, severely limiting the energy supplied to the Soyuz. The automatic orientation system malfunctions, forcing Komarov to manually command the spacecraft. With a looming thunderstorm, the launch of Soyuz 2 is canceled. Komarov receives the order to quickly return to Earth before running out of energy. Thankfully, he is able to successfully guide the vessel back to Earth's atmosphere. However, the descent will prove fatal.